Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, I'm Ashley Amethyst, and today's video is going to be on our wedding. If you're into this kind of video or you're wondering what exactly I'm about to say, you can just keep watching. Oh, and before, if you want to see more videos like this where it's a story time video, just hit the thumbs up button. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I post new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and I go live for what I call Moms on Monday. So before we get into the video about my wedding, which was beautiful by the way, we're gonna talk about this hashtag and how important it is in my family and how I want to share it with you guys. It says hashtag pay it forward for Ethan. There will be a description or a link down below so that you can see the whole story. But today is the 9-year anniversary of my friend Jen's son passing, and every September they do something called pay it forward for Ethan, and it's the way to honor a little boy who always did not matter who you were, was always kind, compassionate, and generous. So if you have it in your heart and you want to know more, it's going to be linked down below, and please go follow my friend Jen. All her socials are linked down below too. Liquid lunch. So my husband and I got engaged on September 30th, 2013. And we made our wedding date September 28th, we got engaged September 30th, 2012. We got married on September 28th, 2013. My husband, if he's gonna see this during edit and say, "Ha, you did it too." Parents had already agreed to pay for the wedding if we got married in the church that they got married. The planning process for our wedding was interesting. I knew I had a vision. I wanted it fully executed the way I wanted it. I had a beautiful and very talented event planner, Rachel. Hi Rachel, if you're seeing this, I miss you guys. People to this day still talk about our wedding. And she just pushed me into where who to use for vendors. We had the wedding at the church that I grew up at, and then my parents got married there, and I was baptized there too. But then we also had our reception in West Palm, so it was a little bit of Stewart, which is where I'm from, and a little bit of West Palm, which is where my husband's from, and it was a melding of the two. My parents agreed to pay for the wedding, and my husband's father and stepmother agreed to pay for the rehearsal dinner. And so I was just basing this on etiquette alone. In hindsight, I should have probably put the family, but I wanted to highlight the people that were putting astronomical amounts of money. Not astronomical fully in the sense, but, well, no, my dad put an astronomical amount of money into my wedding. I was his little girl. Anything went for me. And so I put our invitations as Marty and Becky or Mr. and Mrs. Clark and Mr. and Mrs. Nolan invite you to the wedding of, the wedding of Ben and Ashley. And when my mother-in-law, the first one, because I have two, I've got stepmother-in-law who's married to my father-in-law, and then I've got number 1, which is Ben's biological mom. And ooh, she was mad. She was so mad that she was texting me very inappropriate things. She kind of spoiled a little bit of my planning process. And look, I know I might have had some Bridezilla moments. For the most part, I was really lenient about certain things. There's other things we're not going to talk about because they're stupid. But she was saying such inappropriate things, like she was going to wear a black dress and a black veil to my wedding, mourning the loss of her son, and that she never wanted to meet me, and she had too much money, so my parents should fly her down since they're paying. And so many infuriating things. And about 2 weeks before the wedding, you know, the crunch time, any bride knows that this is like the craziest time. I get literally that entire side of the family said no to going to the wedding. So Ben's mother, biological mother, and as a mom to boys, I can't wait to the day, if they choose to get married, to dance with them at their wedding, to like be there for them, because I love my kids so much that I'm not gonna let some petty shit happen in between. So Ben's mom decided not to come, and she made this huge ordeal, and so her sisters didn't come, his cousins didn't come, and this like really hurt my husband. It hurt my fiance at the time. Like, I was crying because she was threatening my life on Facebook, or she says she wasn't, but she said, if you ever come up here, it'll be the last. And to me, that sounds like a threat. I don't know. I don't have a relationship with her now, so I don't really care what she says, but my husband still does. And so I'm going to be respectful-ish. So 2 weeks before, he ended up asking my mother-in-law number 2 to dance with him at the wedding, and it was a beautiful moment. They've kind of got a interesting relationship too, but so that happened 2 weeks before. And then the night before the wedding, at the rehearsal dinner, my friends decided to drink a whole lot of alcohol, and my dad had gotten me and the girls this gigantic suite at the beach where I was getting ready, that like we were gonna stay there, and the boys got intoxicated and there was a lot of alcohol, and I tried not to drink because, well, I didn't want to look ugly on my, or throw up on our wedding day. So I had a friend lick me in the ear. Yeah, you heard that right. He licked me in the ear. Gross. My husband was like gone, and they ended up stealing. Probably, I'm not gonna get in trouble, right? And I had a friend who, when he drank, he kind of became a klepto, and they stole property from the hotel we were staying at. And so that was the night before. And then the day of the wedding, I hardly ate. I got super nervous, and sometimes when I get nervous, I don't eat at all. I kind of got lightheaded, but I decided right before I walked down the aisle of our wedding that I was gonna take off the petticoat that I wore, and that was probably not the best idea, but I'm talking about my wedding, so I'm gonna set you up exactly with what my wedding looked like. It is inspired by Beauty and the Beast, Haunted Mansion, The Shining, in the secret garden, and I'm gonna post some photos. Our wedding was beautiful. It was hands down exactly what I wanted. I wanted chandeliers, I wanted greenery, candles, damask printings in behind us. My cake was done by one of my high school friends. She owns a bakery in Vero. So if you're in Vero or you're getting married and you're getting married in like Vero, Sebastian area, go look. I'm pretty sure she still has my cake, because what we did is just made pretty much my entire cake was styrofoam with just fondant work, and then the bottom was cake layers, and then we had sheet cake. But it was like Baroque, so our colors were black, gray, purple, and blue, and touches of silver and gold. We had candelabras that were, let me try to find a photo, because okay, I don't know if this is gonna work, but here is a video done by Michael of France of our wedding. So see the chandelier? Not the chandelier, candelabras. Okay, so the event company knocked it through the park. Our wedding was amazing. It was beautiful. So like I said, it was very dark wedding. I'll just show a picture here. My bouquet was black and gray. My shoes though, let's talk shoes. I got these shoes, I saw them on Etsy with Mark DeFang, New York. I think he has an actual store in New York now, but I customized my shoes. I still don't know how I walked in them. Let me grab them. They're a little dusty too, sorry. So pearl on the bow made of pearls, and then look at these beautiful monstrosities. Damask print crystal edge. Now going back to the bouquet, my bouquets were done by a company on Etsy. Unfortunately, because of humidity and age, the little gems all fell off, but it was like crystals and just beautifully done with the black, the gray, and the silver. And then there were little tiny boutonnieres for the men. My mom had a corsage on her wrist that were all not made out of flowers. And the reason I did it that way, one, they could keep it and reuse it somewhere. And two, I didn't know if anybody had an allergy, and I didn't want to put fresh flour on them and them have an allergic reaction. And then here's James from our wedding. He was our ring bearer, and he had a custom bow tie, this cute little custom suit, and then my dad ended up buying this kid these shoes that were more expensive than my wedding shoe. Pretty sure they're Gucci. And then all of our songs that relayed to us were also the names of the tables. So this was done by all the print and everything, and our invitations were all done by my friend Devona. And I think she's still working. And I know right now is coronavirus, but if you guys could please support and have your invitations made by mom and pop shops instead of having inexpensive things done, because if weddings don't happen in the next couple of weeks and months and stuff, these small businesses are gonna get shut down. My dad is walking me down the aisle. My brother ended up walking behind my dad. I'm gonna get through this without crying. Let's breathe. So my dad had congestive heart failure and he was on 100% oxygen all the time. And so it was really important to him to walk down the aisle with me. Because he dreamt that since the day he knew he was gonna have a daughter. And so so he was walking me down the aisle, but my dress was so big that and my dress was like an Eva Milady princess gown. It was so big that my brother Chad went behind him and helped him with his oxygen while I was walking down the aisle. And I can do this. And then I married my husband, and he was full-blown crying during the wedding. Not because he was sad, because he was just so happy and in love. And there's this photo of him covering my eyes when my friend Jackie is popping open a champagne bottle after we got married. Then we got to our reception, and this is the only time I've full-on Bridezilla wigged out. We were lining up and nobody was paying attention because they had already started drinking. And I was like, I blew up. I still remember blowing up and I felt really bad about it, but it happened. And I danced with my husband. He learned how to dance the night before with my friend that licked me in the ear. And so he spun me a couple times and he did really well for learning how to dance the night before. And then it was time for me to dance with my dad. And Ben took the initiative of going behind my dad and holding on to his oxygen tank so we could dance with his daughter. And everybody was so excited to see my dad that night. He hardly ate. But I'm so grateful I had a videographer to videotape our wedding. It was one of the last times that it was the last time I danced with my dad. So at the end of the night, Ben and I stayed in a hotel room. And I had asked somebody, I was like, hey, where is my suitcase with all of our stuff for the keys? Because we were leaving from the hotel, and in all of the wedding bliss, I and my whole wedding party forgot to grab the luggage from the hotel room at the hotel that we had checked out of. And so the next morning I had family members bring us our luggage. I literally had no clothes. I had the wedding dress and underwear. That's it. Which I guess that's all you really need, right? And that was really my wedding and the year before. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope that for the most part this made you happy, and like I said below, I will list everybody that I can still find, and please tell them that Ashley Clark Nolan referenced you, just so that they know that I'm still talking about my wedding 7 years later. Okay guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching my video, and have a great day. Bye.